Alright, we are live. It is week 13, game number 7 of the 2021 NFL season. It is featuring the Las Vegas Raiders going up against the New York Jets. We are at MetLife Stadium in East Ruckersville, New Jersey. Now let us go and see you all after the game.
We'll see Sam Darnold and the New York Jets taking on Derek Carr and the Las Vegas Raiders. From the stadium that hosted Super Bowl 48 back in 2014, there's a look at MetLife Stadium here in East Rutherford. A few moments ago, the crowd here was on their feet as their beloved Jets made their way out of the tunnel. They're ready to go. We're ready to go. It should be a good one as those New York Jets get set to face off with the Las Vegas Raiders. Here's the former Cornhusker Brett Maher to get this one started. And off we go on EA Sports. Fielding in the end zone. And this will go as a touchback, and then we'll begin things at the 25. The Raiders set to go to work behind their veteran quarterback, and that's Derek Carr.
And one thing that I think that Derek Carr's really improved in doing since college is the ability to stay in the pocket, things swirling around him, find the right guy, and deliver the ball with accuracy. Derek Carr has great touch when he throws the football.
On first down, Carr. Man open, that's him who runs. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 19 yards right off the bat, and a quick first down.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field, and here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. First rep of the game for Josh Jacobs. And he'll take this one up close to about the 45. Just a yard of the first down carry, so it's good to 9.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left them no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
On the ground, this is Jalen Richard. They follow up the first down 1-yard run with a minimal gain of 2. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. From the gun, it's Carr. Pass caught by Waller out left side. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down.
One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. So tough to defend because the receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback and get a completion. But I love the communication we saw there. All the defenders pointing at the receiver where he was going, and then they're able to rally to the ball after the catch and stop him short of the first down.
USC product Sam Darnold, the number 3 overall pick in 2018, ready to go. Here's the Jets takeover on offense.
I remember talking with a scout about him, and he said, I love the fact that he was a high school basketball player. He does so many things with his legs to keep plays alive. He did the same thing as a basketball player, kind of a point guard, knows where the ball's supposed to go, and knows how to deliver it to the open man.
Here's the first carry for Le'Veon Bell. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
That That's a real nice job there by the defense in front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
From the 29, Darnold. He's going to find his tight end. That's Chris Herndon. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there. That's a first down.
That was a route run, not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw it, was able to make the sure catch, and put the down marker back to 1.
Now a first down carry by Bell. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
At the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back down and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run. But the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
And his throw's going to be incomplete. He was trying to find his tight end, Chris Herndon, and it's third down.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap. He's locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. And it's caught by Herndon. And he's going to have the Jets first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Darnold to his tight end, Herndon, first down, New York.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Darnold from the gun. He's got Herndon, his tight end. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. This duo locked in, 14 yards there, and a first down.
I know from past experience, before you actually play a game, you visualize what's going to happen. And I don't know anyone who doesn't visualize themselves being in the center of what's going on. That's 3 catches for him here in the early going. He's got to like the way this is started.
Absolutely. 3 catches on any drive is good. Opening drive, that's a tone setter. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. Defensively, they better figure something out. Opening drive, he already has 4 catches.
And if you have to figure out how to stop him defensively, that usually means you weaken your defense. That means that now the offense is doing the dictating, and they should have other things open up as well.
On second down, it's Bell. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line.
2 yards, good enough for first. 2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. But the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and we'll still get the first down. They love being physical.
And they'll keep it on the ground with Bell. And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped to the backfield. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
Now on 2nd and 13, Darnold, throw complete to Herndon. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. No score after 1 on EA Sports. Third and 2, Darnold under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Brandon, that just looked like a lot of confusion to me at the line of scrimmage. I don't think the offense had any idea of who was coming on the blitz and who dropping off.
Now Brett Maher for the field goal try. From the right hash, it's a 41-yard attempt. Maher able to pick this one through. And the Jets hit the board first. It's 3-0. So a dozen plays on that drive, CD, but in the end, it yields just the 3 points.
Well, they were able to keep the defense on the field for a long time, but let's be honest about it. That's about as unsatisfying a drive as you're going to get. 12 plays and you only get 3 points out of it. Not quite the ending they were looking for.
After the made field goal, Maher back out there to kick it away. This will make it into the end zone. And no return forthcoming for Richard as this will come out to the 25. Second drive game coming up for this Las Vegas offense. This one a little slow to get cooking. Just 3-0 scoreline as they begin with a 1st and 10. Shotgun now for Carr. Catch is made by Hunter Renfrow. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. Just like that, a pickup of 20 on their first play from scrimmage.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. Working from the gun, it's Carr. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And finally taken down at the 35-yard line. It's another first down as this time they get an even 20.
Now they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely. Great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. From the gun, Carr. The open man here, Renfrow. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
My goodness, they've come out locked in on this drive. Play calling, execution, they are fully in sync. 3 straight passes, 3 first downs. They're moving the ball downfield almost at will. This defense really struggling to find answers.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Into the red zone, it's Carr. It's throw caught, at about the 5. And the Raiders are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against men, it's often a tight curl, tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl it a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window to fire the bullet in there for the completion. And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2.
They went to the defense, and that's a surprise this close to the goal line. Because ordinarily you use the back end of the end zone, the sidelines as extra defenders, and you want bigger people on the field to try and help against the run.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. Carr gives to Richard. And this is not going to do it as he stopped at the 2-yard line. Calling no gain that time, and now it's 3rd and goal. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is the time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
They'll run with Jacobs. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. He went backwards 5 yards there on 3rd down to bring up 4.
This defense really pulled around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense got to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
Fourth down, and on comes the Raider kicker, Daniel Carlson. Second quarter, 2 minutes remain, 3-0 our score. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll take you to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman. Coach will have highlights and analysis of this first half. And it's featured no touchdowns as of yet on either side.
So his job's a little bit easier for this halftime.
Need to get the coach some highlights here.
Yes, we do.
That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal. And yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
Field goals, all we've had so far. 3-3 now as the kick is away. Returnable here for Davis. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. Back onto the field come the New York Jets for their second drive. And after the field goal last time, see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never been an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that. They weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
First down now, but that clock rolling. The shotgun snap for Darnold. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Now Darnold got him in. It's Breshad Perriman. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders 39. The Jet passing game in rhythm. They've got another first.
That was a nicely run slant route. And what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and get the quarterback a really nice target.
And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. They had to settle for 3 last drive, hoping the second go-around ends in 6. In good position, 1st and 10. Now, here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
From the 21, it's 2nd and 10. To the air again, Darnold. From the left side, complete. It's Bell. And he'll go miles in the red zone just inside the 20. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big game downfield. What a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
Now they'll try to convert on 3rd and 6 after the 4-yard completion. Throwing again is Darnold. This is caught and able to get it down, but he does reach the 5. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 30 seconds to go in the first half. The kicker fest so far, all points via field goals. They're hoping to change that right here. Darnold to throw again. And this will be caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. Rashad Perriman there to make the grab. And the Jets have taken the lead.
And that touchdown gives them a touchdown lead before they attempt the extra point. What a great win in the half.
Yeah, great job to put themselves in front. And now, see on the sideline, special teams defense scrambling, said we want to preserve this for the final moments of the second quarter. Brett Maher on for the extra point. And it is up. And it's good. That'll make our score 10-3 now. Following the touchdown, here's Maher to kick it away. And this carries into the end zone. And no return forthcoming for Richard as this will come out to the 25. The Vegas offense ready for their next possession. Inside of a minute left in the half. Does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do or, I guess, don't do on this final drive?
It certainly does, but what influences me even more is what I've got running my football team out on the field and the weapons around him. Can he make a play? Can he get into someone that we're going to trust to take care of the ball?
They'll be taken down. The Jets get in there for the sack. The former 3rd overall pick, Quentin Williams, there to bring him down.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
The final shot here before half for Carr. The killer here is complete. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman, EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome, everybody, to our abbreviated version of the EA Sports Halftime Report. It was Le'Veon Bell paying dividends in that first half. His guys have the lead as we'll hand it back over to our commentators, Brandon Cotton and Charles Davis.
Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A 1-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. And the Jets set to receive this third quarter kickoff, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in the second half. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. New York ready to go again offensively. And they'll be looking to build off of a nice drive last time, a drive that really relied on the quarterback.
Making good decisions, distributing the ball well, distributing it accurately, keeping it away from danger. A really nicely run drive.
But now the defense, what adjustments do they need to make in the passing game?
Pass rush, pass rush, pass rush. It's the guys up front, or maybe you bring additional guys, but you've got to disrupt the timing of them throwing the football.
We'll see if they can disrupt it here. And once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. Back to throw, Darnold. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down. Darnold. Carrying one out for Crowder. And that is incomplete.
That's an excellent job right there on third down. Like in defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a first down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's fourth down.
Here's the Jets punter now, as he's on a punt for the first time this afternoon. So possession goes over here on the punt, and the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10. So here comes the Raiders offense getting ready for their first possession the second half. Their defense just came up with a stop right out of the locker room, and now can the offense take advantage?
Yeah, we don't want to turn this into something that it's not. It's only a one-score game, so it's not exactly a crucial possession. But at the same time, they'd like to get things started and at least come away with 3 points.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. And he's got the hook up to Ruggs. First down there on a pick up to 25.
You know I'm going to lean towards the defender, right? You know I'm going to do that.
I know.
That's a tough situation for him as I see it. But the truth of the matter is, that ball was not streaking towards him. Had a little arc on it. He's got to find a way to get his head around and make a play on the football.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Operating from the gun. Carr got an open man. It's Ruggs. And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. Henry Ruggs, 45 yards. And the Raiders, they're within an extra point of tying this thing up.
So what did you say earlier, my man? You said one big play away from getting back in this game. And guess what? There it was.
Yeah, we talked about it. That despite the scoreline, they were that close on the road, and boom, there you go.
Well done, Nostradamus.
Now for the extra point, Daniel Carlson. And he'll put it through, and that evens us up at 10 apiece. Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And it ends with a Las Vegas touchdown. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. The New York set to take the field. And their lead has evaporated in this third quarter. It's tied once more as they begin with a 1st and 10. They'll try and get the running game going with Bell. And not a whole lot doing there, so get it up to about the 28-yard line. Credited with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, I hope that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Again, it's Bell. And he gets this one just shy of the 40 to mark it down at the 39. 11 yards there, 1st down.
That's funny, partner. Le'Veon Bell, when he came out of Michigan State, when I go back and look at my analysis of him and what my grades were for him, I thought he was a big-time player, great potential, but I didn't know we were going to get this player. I was used to a big, solid, thick running back. But now, I've got a full package, a guy who can do everything, as we just saw there, including breaking tackles.
But at the time, 2nd-round pick in 2013, some people probably wishing they'd taken him in the 1st. Now, after the run by Bell, here's another 1st and 10. Now a handoff looking right. And Russell is right up to the 43 for a pickup of right around 5.
Running lane's running premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. From the shotgun, it's a give to Bell. And he'll take this one up close to about the 45. 5 yards on 1st down, but now just a 1-yard pickup there on 2nd. And they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe it'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
From the gun on 3rd down, here's Darnold. It's brought in by Dodson. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 17 yards for the Jets there as they've got themselves a 1st down.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10. This one is stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball. But when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace it.
8 yards the tally on that 1st down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Darnold off the play fake to Bell. Out right here to Herndon. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
Love the play call that time. Love the design. You put 3 tight ends on the field. That screams jumbo set, running formation to a defense, right? Now they go play action, and defense gets confused for just a split second. And next thing you know, completion for good yardage.
They show run with 3 tight ends here on 1st down. Here's Darnold. Looking middle, and it's incomplete.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
Third quarter, all tied up. This is 2nd and 10. They'll go back to the ground with Bell. And here he'll get it down to the 7. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable third down because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
Throwing here on third down, Darnold got a man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jets. Josh Dodson, they'll make the grab, and the Jets are going to take the lead. On those slants, everything happens so quickly. What makes it work?
The timing between the passer and the receiver. In this case, a slant route. Ordinarily, it's probably about 3 steps before you go on the slant. In this amount of time, it was a 2-step deal. Boom, put his foot in the ground, and got inside for the pass.
Got inside for the pass, got inside for the catch and the score. More now to have the extra point. He's got it as they go up by a total of 17-10. So that was a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And it ends with a Jet touchdown. Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away. And it takes this near the 25, just a little pass there, caught at the 26. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. After the long touchdown drive we just saw, you wonder if maybe that's taken a little of the wind out. And he's going to lose yardage here. He's able to switch ends as time is run out on this third quarter play. Back now here on EA Sports. It's Raider football here, but they're on the short side of the scoreboard right now as we begin the fourth. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. 23 yards to pick up there.
Like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by touchdown here in the fourth. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
Cornell on first down. And his throw here is incomplete. Tyrell Williams was the intended target. And that'll bring up second down. And that right there, his first incompletion of the game, pretty remarkable.
So let's start talking about all-time records because with that incompletion, maybe over a 2-game sequence or maybe starts a new streak now because Ryan Tannehill, over 2 games, did 25 straight. Now, incompletion, we're taking this record out of play. But Mark Brunell, those are Washington, 22 straight completions to start a game. This guy's on fire.
15 yards on the play, first down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me. I'm going to keep firing.
The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's first and 10. Now, Carr again. He'll let this go deep for Ruggs. Got a man that's caught inside the 10. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Henry Ruggs, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Raiders, they're within an extra point of tying this thing up.
The receivers have been running them ragged, maybe some tired legs in the secondary, maybe some tired legs in pass rush. Didn't get to him, and look what resulted. A touchdown, tie game. They got a chance to take the lead.
Carlson on for the PAT. And an important one that is, as we are tied now early in this fourth quarter. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And it winds up in 6 points for the Raiders. (17-17) the score. All even to this point away. Returnable here for Davis. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. Back on offense, New York gets set to take over. Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this fourth quarter to try to grab that lead back. Darnold going to lead the Jets up now, 1st and 10 at their own 27. From the shotgun, he'll throw. Looking for Perriman there, he's got it. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down. This is Bell. Just a yard on the pickup there. They'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the lot. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. They'll go again with Bell. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. No gain at all on the play there, and that'll bring up 4th down.
They dial up the blitz on 3rd down, and you worry as a defense that they can hit you with a big play in that situation. Instead, the blitz pays off, able to rally to the football and make the play.
Here's the Jets punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin him back. Henry Ruggs and the Raiders set to go back to work. He's north of 150 yards in this game. He's been doing his thing, hasn't he?
That he has, and he's been enjoying himself. And it's the type of game that you get locked into a pretty good groove. May not be record-shattering, but it's the type of game that you accumulate that throughout a season, you're going to be one of the top receivers in the game.
See how much they incorporated here on this drive. And this is going to be a Raiders first down as he gets this up past the 30. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
But they've certainly been successful throwing it around in this game. That's allowed them to move the ball on offense. But I got to tell you, to watch them run the football and successfully, I'm not taking sides. But to see the ball in the running back's hands, oh, that's football for me.
Line of scrimmage with 31 now on 1st and 10. Richard. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. From the 35 on 2nd down, Carr, and that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
Now we're in the situation where the quarterback's got to take full charge of his huddle. Got to totally command it, make sure all eyes are on him. All focus is locked in. Going to call multiple plays and go over different situations and scenarios to make sure everyone is on the same page.
They'll find his running back here, Richard. And now we're going to get a timeout defensively. So another stop. 1:50 left in the football game. Here's A.J. Coldell as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way to the end zone for a touchback. New York ready to go again offensively. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
And he's brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down. That catch good for only a couple.
Partner, they're clearly saving those timeouts, but they still have to work with some urgency to put themselves in the right position.
And it's a rush to the line right now for the Jets. Now Darnold. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and they're going to face a 3rd down.
It drives some people crazy to see those short throws underneath. They've got to find a way to gash the defense downfield.
They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down. Now it's Darnold. And it's caught. It's Perriman. And he's going to have the Jets' first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Darnold finding Perriman there for a New York first down. Now the Jets going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop him with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Darnold now to throw. Steps away to his left. They'll try and run it. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down. Four quarters not enough. We're all even, and to overtime we go.
How much fun is this for everyone who's watching the game? How much fun is it for us to see this one get an extra period to get settled?
It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
So we're right back where we started. All even as the kick's away. And this return will net positive as it gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. Here's Las Vegas ready to take the field, except for their first drive here in overtime. And this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day, but I know what you're saying. In overtime, that gets doubled, doesn't it? At least, because now the crowd really wants to be involved and help their team. And that first drive can dictate the whole thing, because they know if this team takes it downfield and scores a touchdown, it's game over.
It's been loud in here so far. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards. Charles, you get into these overtime situations, that's not a bad guy to dial into.
Well, when you have to have plays, especially in a spot as you just described, we're in OT, you've got to go to the guys you can trust and you know are going to make the plays. What they say, it's not the X's and the O's, it's the Jimmys and the Joes.
On 1st and 10, here's Carr. Reception here by Ruggs. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Later first down, 17 yards. They go back to that well. He's had a great game. Defensively, they haven't been able to stop him. Same thing here in overtime.
And sometimes that goes to the play caller's ego, because a lot of times you have so many different plays you want to call, but when you spot a matchup that's working for you or a player that has the hot hand, keep giving it to them. That tells me you're mature as a play caller, and it's working for them in overtime.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Throwing down Carr. And that is incomplete. Darren Waller, the intended receiver. And now it's second down.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunate for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. To throw again. Carr. Pass caught by Ruggs, middle of the field. And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 32-yard line. 11 yards to number 11. That last pass puts him over 300 yards now in the game. More importantly, though, big first down here in OT.
And the team around him has a lot of confidence now after picking up that first down. Everyone seems a little more energized. But did I hear you before the game call in and say, this is my quarterback for your fantasy league? Because he just gave you a good stat, didn't he?
He did, and I appreciate it. Oh, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, C.J. Mosley. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line. A costly mistake here at OT.
And you know what they say when you throw an interception like that in overtime? You don't usually get a chance to throw a second one. I mean, I'm not sure the analytics on it. So that's Marvin, our statistician, to bring that down for us. That's typically how coaches and teams feel about it. If you throw one, you likely cost yourself the game.
Darnold going to lead the Jets up now, 1st and 10 at about the 32. He'll give this to Bell. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. They'll keep it on the ground. Now, and he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot him at the 44. 4 yards to pick up, first down.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
Now Darnold with his first throw of OT. Flushed out right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Max Crosby able to take him down. It's a loss of 3.
Okay, was it a breakdown of protection? Did the running back not pick him up? What doesn't really matter. Sometimes it's just a great play made by the defense. Big time sack.
But following the sack, they'll try to change their fortune here on 2nd and 13. Out of the shotgun, it's Bell. And a good job by the Raider defense yet again as they drop him for a second straight loss. 3rd and 15 coming up after that loss of 2.
Well, they went back to it, but the results were similar, so I highly doubt that he'll get another opportunity here on 3rd and long.
Third and 15 here after the 1st and 2nd down plays went in the wrong direction. A shotgun snap for Darnold. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up 4th down.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
Here's the Jets punter now. On for a very important punt here in overtime. And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. The Raiders offense now, they trot back out, and the interception last time on the opponent's side of the field, certainly not what they wanted.
Put it mildly, that is so frustrating because that signifies there's a drive going on. You're in a good spot. Great place to run some of your best offense. Instead, they turn the ball over.
They turned the ball over last time. See if they can avoid doing it here. This being their second opportunity in overtime, 3rd overall drive. See if they can settle into a rhythm.
And that's what you're looking for. Get a few first downs, move the ball downfield, have some confidence, get yourself in a spot where you can at least kick a field goal to win it. But I tell you this, if I'm the play caller, I'm looking at that part of my sheet that says playmakers. Get the ball in their hands, critical situation. Now's their time.
Henry runs the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They forced incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure, or do they play coverage on this down?
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Carr. It's a screen to Bouchard. And he's not going to sniff the first down here. He stopped at the 25. 5 yards, not enough. And it'll be 4th down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion. What you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the first down. In this case, it didn't happen.
Here's A.J. Coldell as he's on to punt for Las Vegas. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. The New York set to take the field. Neither team scored yet. Now we go to sudden death. Next points win this game.
How about the tension right now? It is ratcheted up, isn't it? I mean, now whatever happens, points are scored. That's your ball game. Can't wait to see the defense now. Do they get a little more aggressive in order to not let the team just drive the ball easily down the field?
Gotta be careful though, right?
Yeah, if you're too aggressive, you just give up something easy and cheap. But some defensive coordinators, they'd rather take a stand that way as opposed to being nickel and dime down the field.
Now another timeout called for by the offense. They'll be down to just 1 remaining as we step aside here in overtime. have the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. Now a draw play. This is Bell. And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield. They wind up losing a couple there, so they go behind the original line of scrimmage, and now 3rd and 11 coming up.
That was a terrific play, causing a loss. As a middle linebacker, simple. You can either fill holes or you can attack them, as he did there.
And the Raiders call on a nickel set for 3rd down. Darnold from the gun. And he will not be able to hang on to the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
I know at times people think we use it too often, but you've got to be able to throw guys open. And when you read zone, you've got to stick it in there before your receiver gets to the next guy in the zone. Otherwise, you bring him into the play.
And that's precisely what allowed that defense to disrupt the pass. Here's the Jets punter now. He's been terrific so far. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Now the Raiders offense, they get set to head back on the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency. Move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Now another timeout called for by the offense. They're left with just one remaining here at OT. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Working from the gun, it's Carr. Down his man, that's Tyrell Williams. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. It'll be their 2nd and final timeout, remember, here in overtime. We'll be back. So in Jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 41. From the gun, it's Carr. And he's getting the hook up to Ruggs. A gain of 6 there on 1st. One overtime. How about 2? We need another. We're still even. We'll switch sides and have that 2nd overtime in just a moment. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. On the draw, Richard. And he won't get much. Maybe a couple. Down inside the 35 to the 34.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature in the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
They go back to the ground, this time Jacobs. And he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring out 4th down. Nice job there defensively to clamp down because really they've been on their heels this drive.
Agreed, and they really needed that one for confidence, just to feel a little bit better. But I don't know if I would be daunted by them stopping me on one run. This drive has gone pretty well. I could come right back at them.
What pressure pressure as this thing all rests on the foot of Daniel Carlson. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. That's their second and last timeout here in the overtime session. We'll be back. What pressure as this thing all rests on the foot of Daniel Carlson. Just to win it in overtime. And off the crossbar it caroms in. It bounces over, it's good, and the ball game has come to a close in the craziest of ways. We were just treated to an absolute dandy in this one. A great finish in overtime with a long field goal. Everybody, including us, on the edge of their seats. Quite a game.
And it's rare that you get a game into overtime that it doesn't turn out to be a dandy, right? That's what we saw here. And just what you were talking about, a long field goal to win it. So definitely not a gimme. There was tension all the way through until the ball went through the post.
But it did go through the post. Ice water was in his veins. So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. So long, everybody.
Alright guys, there you have it. The Raiders are winners over the Jets, 20-17. The end of the stream, and I'll be back with another live video right after when I set the other game up. So, be right back.